NYWCites, I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. Master of the Mat 2018 was one heck of a show, to say the very least. Of course, the night began with the Hall of Fame ceremony as longtime NYWC manager Crusher Dugan and Matt Stryker were inducted into the Hall of Fame. And great moment. Crusher Dugan, not only well-deserved, but long overdue. Then the action gets underway as we have a six-man tag team match, which saw the Man of Steel Mike Verna, Alvin Alvarez, and Joey Conway as they defeated the Extricated Aiden Bale, Ultimo Maya, and Talon. Looks like the Extricated has a brand new theme. Second match of the night, we saw the Greek God Papa Don defeat the Reps Chris Bishop. Then in the tag team action, we saw the J-listers, J Red and Irish, take on Tinder Tom and the Man Bun Jesus Johnny Radke in a tag team matchup. Eventually, Leo Blackstone comes through the curtain, but then Michael Mastretta comes through the back door, and he comes through the railing, broken piece of the railing, right by where we were sitting, and Mastretta took a trash can lid from under the ring. I forgot it was J Red or Irish who took the brunt of that, and as a result, Johnny Radke and Tinder Tom picked up the win. Next, out comes the Undressed Express, Anthony Lacerra and Jesse Vane, who had issued an open challenge. Eventually, Kota comes out, challenging them to a dance-off, and then out comes two men whose names I did not get. They took the open challenge, and the match was on, and the Undressed Express defeated the unnamed tag team. I do apologize because ring announcer Andy Miller didn't even announce who they were. Next, we were scheduled to see the Monster Factory Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on the line. Unfortunately, their reigning champion Leon St. Giovanni had some kind of a medical emergency or family emergency and couldn't make the show. Instead, Rex Lawless challenged the MFPW Supersonic Champion Royal Money, and Royal Money defeated Rex Lawless to retain the Monster Factory Pro Wrestling Supersonic Championship. I'm not saying that 3 times fast. Up next in a three-way matchup, we see the Punk Relics and the Rep challenge the Benson Bros for the Tag Team Championship. Very competitive match. Eventually, the Rep hit, I forgot what that cool move they have on one of the Relics, and it looked like one of the Relics tried to stop the pinfall, and the referee counted 3, so I don't know what went wrong there. If the referee missed something, went wrong with the referee, because when the Relics were awarded the belts, when the Rep were given the belts, they would not let the referee raise their hands, so somebody messed up on that. However, the Rep are the new NYWC Tag Team Champions. And next up, we saw Nobody's Better Michael Mastretta and Leo Blackstone do battle with the Beer Belly Bandits, JT Kaysen and Bo Pritchard. And during this matchup, J Red and Irish, the J-listers, come out. They're standing on the ramp, and eventually the Bandits ended up picking up the win. And then after that, Irish and J Red hit the ring and brawling with Mastretta and Blackstone. Looks like that one's far from over. Up next, another three-way matchup. We saw Flawless Blake Morris and Bam Sullivan challenge Mouse for the Fusion Championship. Morris and Bam had both pinned Mouse, but then other referees confer with owner Shane, and they say to restart the match, and Mouse eventually winds up pinning both Morris and Bam to retain the Fusion Championship. Victoria Von Black and Rick Cataldo were really looking to fight each other, it seemed. Next up in the singles action, newly inducted Hall of Famer Matt Stryker went one-on-one with the Shred God, Brandon Watts. Brandon Watts scored the win, and he and Stryker shook hands after the match ended. The new tag team champions of the Rep, Chris Bishop and Dave McCall and Nate Carter come out with Chris Bishop. They allow Stryker to go through the curtain, and then all four of them Brandon, Nate, David, and Chris, they all go out the back door again. I wonder why. I don't understand that. Why are they going out the back door for some reason? Come on. Up next was a match to determine a number one contender for the heavyweight championship, as High Society's King Mega defeated the returning number one John Silver. Look, the King Mega's really on a roll, and he's now number one contender for the championship. So let's see when he does get his title shot. Then it was time for the main event of the evening, which was the first ever female Master of the Mat match, which saw Tara Calloway versus Gabby Ortiz versus Davienne versus Willow Nightingale, the current Starlet champion. Well, at one point, it was like all three ladies had 3 points, and I think with under about 10 seconds to go, Willow, I think she made Gabby Ortiz tap out to a submission hold, and the clock ran out, and Willow won the championship, and owner Shane comes out, and he applauds all 4 women, and Shane said he was very proud of all 4 ladies for what they had done. I don't know if Willow seemingly got injured in the early going, taking quite a spill off that top rope to the floor. Okay, it's personal notes time. Great sitting with my favorite NYWC idols, Jessica and Leanne. I'll have more on those two in a bit. Okay, great seeing Kevin, Kyle, Steven Scogan, Greg Gruber, John Curtis, Shane. Very touching of Matt Stryker to say that if it weren't for wrestling, he would never met Chris Giordano, who was one of the young men in the wheelchairs that comes to nearly every show. I think that young man, has been coming to the shows way before I have. Although we didn't get to talk. I know Jim Lundis was there, Joe Bernard. Oh man, who else could I say here? I was let down. We had no intermission for this particular show. Sal's Pizzeria on North Carl Avenue at the back of the Babylon train station. They've got some good food. I'll definitely eat there again before a show. We do have a memorable quote. Who here has water? Willow Nightingale threw my megaphone during the Master of the Mat matchup. Also, Tinder Tom used my megaphone after he and Johnny Radke won their matchup. But Tom drooled or seemingly spit all over it as he was talking, saying he and Radke are the future of NYWC. Ow. Oh, boy. Oh, by the way, as I was saying about Jessica and Leanne, first of all, damn the dispatcher at Sunset Taxi for giving me the number of Suffolk County Taxi. And by the way, they still fucking suck. Formerly known as Artie's Taxi, for anyone wondering. We waited half an hour. I called them back, and the dispatcher of that number tells me they only had like a few cars on the road. So we decided to walk all the way from the Sportatorium to Olympic Diner on Deer Park Avenue. And because of that, that's why Jessica and I couldn't film this out there, and that's why I'm here on the train doing it now. But NYWC returns on Saturday, June 30th, as they present Going the Distance. And I gotta say, it's gonna feel like, now to June 30th, it's gonna feel like a damn eternity. But I would like to see that night J-Red and Irish against Michael Mistretta and Leo Blackstone, Bull James against King Mega for the Heavyweight Championship. I'd like to see the new tag team champions, The Rep, against the Benson Bros. Would like to see, I don't know, maybe Bam Sullivan and Victoria Von Black against Floss Blake Morris and Rick Cataldo. But I will say, let's get Victoria in the ring. And by the way, you know, she never did get her rematch for the Starlet Championship after she was defeated for it by J Red near the end of 2016. Why isn't she getting another opportunity for that? Come on. And, you know, it sucks that the Undressed Express's opponents did not get introduced by ring announcer Andy Miller. I really miss doing karaoke at the after parties. And I don't know, we may have to start hitching a ride with somebody after the shows are done. It's not worth these long cab waits and stuff. And well, yeah, there were these ladies sitting near us during when the Undressed Express were coming to the ring for their match. These two brunettes sitting near us. One of them was like giving the other like a lap dance, seemingly, since Undressed Express's entrance music is Genuine's Pony. I don't know, maybe they and Jessica could have a dance off at a show one of these days. Oh, I forgot to mention, Tony Mamaluca refereed the match between John Silver and King Mega. I wonder if he'll be back with the company in the future. Definitely a great worker. Oh, by the way, the Extricated's new theme is Alice in Chains' Them Bones. Bam came out to that, as did Aiden Bale when he did the six-man tag at the start of the show. Oh, and I gotta say, good show without Bull James, without the Big O. I forgot who else was unable to be here. And great to see James McGrady got to referee again. I don't know if this is a record, but there were 11 matches for this year's Master of the Mat event. But definitely had a good time. Seems that's the norm at NYWC. Oh, by the way, to the roster, to the fans, how would you like some old school DVD reviews of NYWC shows from long ago? Let me know about that, folks. I'd definitely like to do some and try to educate some of the newer fans of the company. But again, I would just say, as always, NYWC rules.